Hi guys, today we're gonna talk about what is ICO in crypto. ICO meaning it's initial coin offering. What is an initial coin offering? An initial coin offering is the cryptocurrency industry's equivalent to an initial public offering. A company seeking to raise money to create new coin app or service can launch an ICO as a way to raise funds. Interested investors can buy into an initial coin offering and receive a new cryptocurrency token issued by the company. This token may have some utility related to the product or service that the company is offering, or it may just represent a stake in the company or project. Key takeaways. Initial coin offerings are a popular way to raise funds and key takeaways. Initial coin offerings are a popular way to raise funds for products and services usually related to cryptocurrency. ICO are similar to initial public offerings, but coins issued an ICO can also have utility for a software service or product. Some ICOs have yielded massive returns for investors. Numerous others have turned out to be fraudulent or have performed extremely poorly. To participate in an ICO, you usually need to first purchase a more established digital currency, plus have a basic understanding of cryptocurrency wallet and exchanges. ICO are for the most part completely unregulated, so investors must exercise a high degree of caution and diligence when researching and investing in ICOs. How an initial coin offering ICO works. When a cryptocurrency project want to raise money through ICOs, the project organizers' first step is to determine how they will structure it. ICOs can be structured in few different ways, including static supply and static price. A company can set a specific funding goal or limit, which means that each token sold in the ICO has a preset price and the token supply is fixed. Static supply and dynamic price. An ICO can have a static supply of tokens and a dynamic funding goal. This means that the amount of funds received in the ICO determines the overall price per token. A dynamic supply and static price. Some ICOs have a dynamic token supply, but a static price means that the amount of funding received determines the supply. These three different types of ICOs are illustrated below. ICO structure: static pool, token preset price and limited number. Dynamic pool, dynamic price and limited number. A dynamic pool is presale price and dynamic number. Alongside the ICO, the crypto project usually create a white paper which it makes available to potential investors via a new website dedicated to the token. The promoters of the project use their white paper to explain important information related to the ICO, what the project is about. We need that the project would fulfill upon completion, how much money the project needs, how many of the virtual tokens the founders will keep, what type of payment, which currencies will be accepted, how long the ICO campaign will run. The project releases the white paper as part of its ICO campaign, which it designs to encourage enthusiasts and supporters of the project by some of project's tokens. Investors can generally use a fiat or digital currency to buy the new tokens, and it's increasingly common for investors to pay using other forms of crypto such as Bitcoin or Ethereum. These newly issued tokens are similar to shares of stock sold to investors during an IPO. If the money raised in an ICO is less than minimum amount required by the ICO's criteria, then all of money may be returned to the project investors. The ICO would then be deemed unsuccessful if the funding requirements are met within a specified time period. Then the money raised is spent in pursuit of the project goals. Who can launch an ICO? Anyone can launch an ICO with very little regulation of ICOs in the US. Currently, anyone who can access the property tag is free to launch a new cryptocurrency. But this lack of regulation also means that someone might do whatever it takes to make you believe they have a legitimate ICO and then abscond with the money. Of all the possible avenues of funding, an ICO is probably one of the easiest to set up as a scam. If you are really set on buying into new ICO that you heard about, make sure to do your homework. The first thing is to make sure the people putting up the ICO are real and accountable. One key thing to look for is the product with history with crypto or blockchain. If it seems the project doesn't involve anyone with relevant, easily verified experience, that's a red flag. Famous actors and entertainers like Steven Seagal also sometimes encourage their followers to invest in a hot new ICO. Boxing superstar Floyd Mayweather Jr. and music mogul DJ Khaled once promoted Center Tech, and ICO that raised $30 million at the end of 2017. Center Tech was ultimately deemed a scam in court, resulting in the two celebrities settling charges with US regulators, plus their Center Tech founders pleading guilty to ICO fraud. Even if anyone can establish and launch an ICO, that doesn't mean that everyone should. If you are thinking about organization an initial coin offering, ask yourself if your business would substantially benefit from an ICO. A special consideration. ICO activity began to decrease dramatically in 2019, in part because of the legal gray area that ICO inhabit. Investors can research and find ICOs in which to participate, but there is no surefire way to stay abreast of all the latest initial coin offerings. You can use websites like Topple Coin List and websites that compare different ICOs against one another. ICOs can generate a substantial amount of hype, and there are numerous sites online where investors gather to discuss new opportunities. Investors seeking to participate in ICOs should first familiarize themselves broadly with the cryptocurrency space and become educated about any ICO before participating. Because ICOs are barely regulated, prospective investors should exercise extreme caution when investing. Okay, it's all. Thank you for viewing. Goodbye.